Hi there guys, it's Rick here. Hope you're all doing extremely well out there. I know I am. Hope you enjoyed that little video at the start of this video, because that's going to be the subject of today's lesson. Well, I'm not going to show you that, but I'm going to show you how to improve your chord vocabulary instantaneously. Well, that's a bit of a stretch, but you know, this is a really useful way of increasing your knowledge of chords all across the fretboard. We're just going to stick to one particular chord type, which is a minor 7. In this instance, we're going to do G minor 7. Okay, so here's the full chord. Okay, we're going to learn it a couple of different ways. We're going to learn it both vertically and horizontally. I'll explain what I mean in due course. But I've got a question for you. Are you able to play a G minor 7 chord and its inversions across the entire fretboard? If that was you, you've come to the right place. The majority of guys that need help with fretboard knowledge would probably be able to play 2 at a push 3 voicings of a minor 7 chord. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a chord in root position, first inversion, second inversion and third inversion all across the fretboard. So I'm digressing a little. Well, I'm not digressing, I'm just babbling on a bit. So let's get straight to it, okay? What we're going to do close voicings here. So instead of doing all 6 for the chord, we're just going to do 4 voices for each chord, okay? So this represents our first G minor 7. What we're going to do is we need to know what the intervals are, okay, that we're playing with each voicing. So here, if we take this for instance, we have first, fifth, flat 7, third. So that's the first chord. And we're approaching this in a very sort of SATB approach, soprano, alto, tenor, bass. SATB, so bass, tenor, alto, soprano, or going in reverse order, soprano, alto, tenor, bass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's treat each one vertically. So we've got the first voicing. Okay, the second voicing would just be this. Okay, notice we're going straight to a different inversion. I'll explain the other inversions in order shortly when we play it vertically. Horizontally. So we have 5, flat 7, flat 3, 5. Okay, so we're doubling the 5th here. Then the next shape is just this. Flat 7, flat 3, 5, 1. Okay, so we have. Good. Now we're going to move up to the next position and we're going to play a G minor 7 in first inversion, and it should sound like this. Lovely sounding voicing. We have third, flat 7, root, 5th. Okay, now the next we're going to just move the index finger across to get this shape. So we get flat 7, root, 5th, flat 7. So we're doubling the flat 7 here. Note with this particular chord we don't have the third in it, so the tonality of the chord is ambiguous at this point. Okay, so that's the first shape. And then our third shape is this. All really nice voicings. Okay, so then we're going to move up to the next available shape. So, and it's this. Whoops-a-daisy. So we have fret 10, fret 10, fret 8, fret 10. So intervallically we have 5th, root, 3rd, flat 7. Okay, that's our first chord. Then we're just going to shift it up. We're already holding the fingering here for the next voicing. So we have root, flat 3, flat 7, oops, not that one, then root. Okay, then the next shape is this. Okay, so that's flat 3, flat 7, root, 5th. That's a beautiful voicing. Okay, so those together again. Okay, good. And then finally we're going to move up here. That's our first voicing, so 13, 13, 12, 12, okay? Then the next shape is this. 13, 12, 12, 11, and finally 12, 12, 11, 13. So some beautiful voicings there, and all vertical. So we're taking each chord in each position and playing vertically. Notice we didn't miss any area of the fretboard out here either. Okay, so let's do the same thing but horizontally. We've already played the chords, but we're going to play them in order in terms of their inversion. So root position, first inversion, second inversion, third inversion. Okay, so here's our root position. Again, 4-note voicings. Okay, that's our first inversion, second inversion, third inversion. Beautiful sound, beautiful sound. Okay, now we're going to move down and do the root, or whatever the root is. If it's an inversion, in this case it's second inversion, on the A string, on the 5th string. So here's our first shape. Okay, then we have this. Let me play that again. Okay, then okay, some wonderful sounding voicings here. Then finally on the top, root on the 4th string, 3rd inversion. Okay, root position, first inversion, second inversion. Okay, so memorize those chord shapes. There's some beautiful voicings there. I particularly love that. All of them are really, really nice, but they should be explored because some of them sound wonderful. Depends on the context within which you're using them, of course. So we've got to make sure we're aware intervallically how these chords are constructed. That's essential. Okay, so now that we've done the vertical and horizontal and we've concentrated on the intervals that are contained therein, what we can do is just play them slightly differently. So we can approach it with a different right hand pattern. So instead of playing them simultaneously piano style, notes at the same time, we can separate them like this. So bass, soprano, then the tenor and alto. That's a nice little exercise. All just straight ahead minor 7ths, but just with their inversions. You might want to arpeggiate. And so on. So I'm just using P-I-M-A for this, okay, or lots of things that you can do. What I like to do is experiment by taking a chord like this voicing here. That's the second inversion. Then just taking a note of the scale and then descend through the chord just to create some different voicings. I'm treating this as chord number 2, by the way. So it's a Dorian type. Whoops. Dorian type chord. Okay, so those are some chords that you can experiment with. This is just the tip of the iceberg, by the way. So just to recap, we want to play these chords. Just stick with just a G minor 7. Then you can change the chords accordingly. No pun intended there. So you might want to do a dominant chord. You may want to do a major 7th chord. Minor 7 flat 5, whatever. But just stick with this minor 7 for now. Learn these shapes. Get them under your fingers. And it's great fun to explore this. And you don't have to think about only playing 2 or 3 voicings. You've got all these voicings to explore. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this lesson, and I will do more on harmony and voicings in the near future. If you've got any suggestions, leave a link in the leave a comment in the description box below. Just a quick heads up, still 30% off my website lesson download, so link is in description box below. So great way to support what I do. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed. I will see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.